Day 3 of cleanup. Now we're trying to get the logs off of the houses, off the side of the house. There ended up being it was 3 trees, but 4 different parts had fell down because this big silver oak here was in a Y, and both the Ys fell down. And then you had another tree or 2 more trees, and then this one came down on top but didn't land on the house, which was nice. And this tree is actually stuck in the house, in the roof of it. But my husband's going to try to pick it up out of there without it falling into the window, because it's already crushed the wall. He's not sure if it's got enough strength to actually lift it up off there, but he said he's going to try it and try to pull it back toward us to drop it off. But meanwhile, he has to watch because of our water pump is over there for our well. The well extender thingy's over there, so he's got to watch that too and try to get that off. I think he's got it up high enough, but yeah, you got it off of there. He's got it off. He's just got to try to back up now and spin it. do it very slowly because you don't want to drop it or, you know, crush the house even more than it already is. Because that log probably weighs about, I don't think it's more than obviously what that can pick up, but he's just not sure if he's got enough room to be able to swing it around. And he definitely doesn't want to try to more centered, because he's afraid that if he goes to twist that, it's just gonna fall and then bust through the wall. So what he's trying to do is he said either he's got to try to cut the end off a little bit and then he can get back up in there. He didn't think he was getting it lifted up off the roof, and I told him that it was, but there's also a limb still attached to there, so he's hoping to try to get, he's going to try to rip it off. Otherwise he's got to climb back up on the roof and have to cut that off. It's just that he wants to make sure he's doing the right thing. And with everything, you know, that we're trying to do here, my husband's pretty darn wore out, I can tell you that much. He hurts, his body hurts, and he says, you know, nobody ever says the older you get, the more things, you know, hurt on you if you're not keeping healthy and exercising properly. He says his calves hurt, his inside of his legs hurt, his biceps hurt, you know, he hurts, his back hurts. He won't let me hardly do anything here. He just wants me to sit and watch. But I am supposed to be taking pictures and, you know, and I'm videoing for you guys, for our sake too, for the insurance company, you know, just to back ourselves up to show that we didn't cause any more damage than what's already done. And you can see on the roof where it's damaged. I mean, there's no peak there no more. And my husband says it's like 15 feet of no peak. It's gone, smashed. And that's why our whole house has such stress, you know, breakage in the ceiling and on the walls and everything. And right where that log was sitting, it busted the wall. That's why there's a crack in the office room where I used to work at, which was Courtney's room when she lived here. But that has a crack all the way down from the ceiling to the floor, and then it's cracked clear all the way around the room, which I think I showed in the video. But yeah, I mean, we're trying our best, and my husband's doing what he can do. He had to cut quite a large chunk off of it to be able to get it so it wouldn't be so tipsy, he said, because he couldn't get quite even with the log being on there. go. All I can say is we thank Jesus all the time that we didn't have more damage than what we had, and that we're all safe and all our animals were good and everything else, you know, that went with all that we're trying to do here, and it was just a blessing. Oh, is he going to have enough room to get through that? Yeah, he should. Yeah, she's a little rotted right there too. There we go, there we go, there we go. Thank you, Jesus, again. Not that that one was a big deal, but still, everything is a big deal when you're trying to take it off your home, right? That would be for sure. There we go. That's just gonna go right in the brush pile right there and get burnt. Because that's what we're gonna do with all this, is burn everything we could possibly get burnt. Just gotta get that beach off of there now. It's a smaller beach, thankfully. It was the one that was right there. You could see it. Hopefully I don't get demonetized for that music playing in the background, but hopefully it's not that noticeable that YouTube won't notice that it is actually playing in the background. Because all I can really hear is just the beat of it. I can't hear anything like words or anything. But my husband's got to try to get that out of the corner of the house because it's in the like sidewall of the house, if that makes sense. But not all the way through the wall, but it is at the top there. It is through the house. but he's got to be able to pull that out and then get that log off there. And this one that's hanging up above, he's going to shimmy up and just trim off, so then it's away from the house. And then we got a ton more on that side that's in Max's pin, and that cherry tree's got to come down. So he got up there and put a strap around it, so he's going to try to pull it off that way, out of the roof siding, whatever that lip that comes off the side there. I don't know what that's called, but that's what it's stuck in, right up against the wall. Because when it broke, we think what happened when it broke, it came straight down, and then the second piece fell and actually went into the house. Then the other tree fell and hit that, which made it go in further, and then the other tree then came and then it was hanging over the top, but it didn't actually touch anything because it was a smaller tree, obviously, that uprooted. But we got, I think I was just counting right here, like 17 trees that are twisted like this, or just ripped apart and were thrown. And I'm talking like thrown. And then we had a couple that were uprooted that I counted too. We believe there's more damage in the back, but we're not for sure. But that stuff's not something we're really worried about right now. It's just getting this around the house cleaned up. Still nothing from the adjuster. I haven't got no phone calls or anything. This is the third day we've been working on the house, but I think it's a full two business days, because I called him on Monday morning to let him know about it. And there we go. Catching on that one up there. I have my little fan here that I am, it's a blistering, it's hot out. But thankfully I'm in the shade right here, but the bugs are terrible. The gnats want to fly right in my eyes. I got deer flies freaking buzzing me, and horse flies, and flies. It's just ridiculous. We are pretty sure that we're going to have to rebuild the house. I'm pretty sure they're going to make us tear it down and rebuild. And it's a shame because this house isn't even that old. It was built in 1975. It's got the same original windows in it that it was when it was built. It's got big, beautiful windows, and I know that we will have whoever's gonna do the tear down of the house. I'm not sure how we're gonna go about that, but we're gonna save the basement so we can just rebuild on top of the basement. If it weren't for the basement, and just for saying, you know, like if the trees would have done more damage to the house, we would have not be here to tell you about this for sure. I know that for a fact. But God had his hand in all this. He had his hand in of what damage was done to our home, what damage was done to, you know, everything that was done, and how he saved all of our stuff. I think he's going to try cutting a little bit of that off at the top. because it keeps catching maybe. I'm not sure if that's what he's planning to do or what. He's a brave man. I don't like the fact that the skidster's sitting at an angle. But my husband, he knows how to work those things, and it's just, it's a little scary, I think. Because this is, you know, my husband is our provider, and then if something were to happen to him, I would lose this all. I couldn't do this. I would end up losing it all. Man, I don't know how he's going to get that out. I can't imagine what's going through his mind when he's thinking about all this, you know. He's got a lot on his plate, and I really don't know how he does it, but I know that he feels like I'm his support morally and mentally, you know, and I agree with that. We really do complement each other, and when things get hard and neither one of us really know what to do, we just lean on each other, and that makes a great marriage. Or even in a relationship, I mean, just relationship wise, it's great. Oh. I'm still exhausted, even though I've actually got a pretty good, decent sleep last night, finally, after after a couple nights of not being able to do this, but I finally got some sleep, but I still feel very exhausted, just fatigued. And my husband, I can see it when he walks. I can see it in his face. He is wore out. Wore out. Now that he's repositioned, he got up there and tied it around the forks, put the forks together so they're more together, and he's going to see if he can't try to get it out of there and then drop it this way. I don't know if it's maybe, yes, no, looks like it's coming undone. I don't know, can't tell. Getting a little aggravated. I can see that much. He's getting aggravated. I'm trying to block the music out playing. I don't want to be demonetized for this, but Sorry. There are mosquitoes. Okay, good, good. Got the pulling momentum of it. I think that's what he was trying to do.
I even got it pretty tight, decent tight.
I see that. Yeah, right before the next storm hits. Wonderful. Oh, we will. With God's grace, that's why we're okay still. You know? He has a hedge of protection around us, and that's all that matters. It did sound like another tree fell back behind us, though.
I ain't sure what that was.
It sounded like a tree fell. Or maybe a big limb, maybe? We haven't even went back to see if there's any damage because there's too much up here to worry about.
I didn't have time to go back there.
Yeah, and assess nothing.
Probably like, not again.
I know. He was like, the cats scattered when you were cutting and they were falling on the roof. You know?
Yeah.
They scattered. He was shaking.
Alright, I beat the rain. I just gotta flap that down.
Right?
That's just overlap. Whew. I don't care about tapping down and in over here.
Right.
I just wanted some overlap over there.
Yeah, because of that hole that's right there.
Well, that, and I had to move the board up a little more and then to overlap them.
Oh, yeah.
But I wanted to make sure I had not much of a gap on the top.
Right.
Water can't pool there.
Right.
That'll be okay.
Good.
Look on the side of the house right there, you can see the limb next to it. Right there, sticking through the wall. There's a limb sticking right through the wall.
There
Just
is?
above the window.
Really?
Yep. I just seen it today.
Oh my word, there is. Through the wall.
I think I better put one down at the end and take the window and make it flat.
Right?
I don't want it to hit the wall. I'm not gonna pay for the tarp anyway. It is what it is.
Yeah, the insurance company's
Really,
paying for it.
I should have one in between every one of these.
What, a tack?
Yes, in between the ones I got.
Right.
But they wouldn't be through the eyelets, they'd be through the tarp itself.
Oh.
But that way, if the wind catches this flapper, it's not ripping it up.
Well, it's too bad you couldn't come down here and just tack those, like, one on the end, one in the middle, and one on that side to the house.
Would it reach?
I don't, it might. Let me see. It looks like it would, but
I'll come down and do it.
yeah, you could at least tack it even underneath there on the
Let me come around. I'll just...
the hedge right there. Okay. Ideas, ideas. We've got another storm coming, and what you're hearing is rumbling from a storm southeast of us, down in like the Three Rivers area. That's pretty. It was yellow with orange and red in the middle, and the one that's coming toward us right after that, about 9:55, and we're, what time is it right now? 9:23. There's one that came right, it shows on the radar right over us, which is yellow with orange in it. So we are still concerned about this tree right here, and then my husband wants this one down too, those two cherries. This Y cherry, he's always not liked it very well. But yeah, it's I don't know, they're still saying it wasn't a tornado that touched down, that it was just straight line winds, but I don't think straight line winds do this kind of damage. I don't think that it does, but I could be wrong. But either way, we're thankful, and God protected us for sure. And I'm gonna probably end this video. My little lights are on. My butterflies got damaged, but that's okay. I don't care. One did survive. Part of it. I think it's missing a top wing, but it did partially survive. But what do you do, you know? My elderberry tree that was there is destroyed. It's gone. Massive elderberry tree that I had. There's nothing left of it because the tree, that big tree right there, came down and did all this. My husband got it cleaned up, but this is what's left of it. My poor elderberry tree. There's like, it's all laying down. There's one stem that came this way. I told it I was sorry, but see, it's got broken stuff on it. And I don't know if it'll even come back. All my, flowers and stuff here got tore up, but it's materialistic stuff, Things can grow back and you can buy things again. Things can be replaced, but animals and humans can't. There's only one of Hercules for sale, and one of Max, and it's just
My mind, I better take it down because the wind catches it.
oh,
Rip this up.
yeah.
trouble. Tartless again.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for watching. Please subscribe if you're new. Thank you to all our new subscribers. And
Mom.
we'll see everybody tomorrow. Till next time. God bless.